Hey guys, welcome to I Got You Girl. I have a very special lady that you guys are going to love hearing her story today on the episode. This is Michelle Mason. And we met because she purchased an item from Felecia Bella. And Joshua, he calls me and he goes, Mom, this lady's talking about you with your products. And I was like, who is that? And now we're like sisters.
I know, right? Isn't it so cool?
I love it. I love it.
I know. Obviously, we both like jewelry.
No.
Right? Yeah. Just a few pieces, you know.
Right.
Really.
So tell your story. It is hard to believe. It's almost like you had this, it's crazy, like to me, you had this professional.
I do.
Yeah, side to you. And then you have the artsy
I have
side.
two sides.
I love that.
But they really kind of flow together.
Yeah.
Because I actually have been in the mortgage business for really about 40 years. And, you know, my social media journey kind of started because everybody that talked about mortgages on social media talked about it from a sales standpoint, trying to sell the consumer. They never really told what I consider to be the truth. And I'm not saying that they're not, you know, good people out there in the mortgage industry, but it's evolved over the last 40 years from helping people to what product I'm going to sell you and how do I sell you to use me because I get a commission. And it just didn't sit well with me. And fortunately, I had the opportunity to run a mortgage operation for 25 years at a small community bank that believed in the same things that I did, which was, you know, you take care of your customers because, you know, somebody online is not going to run into you at the grocery store and, you know, have to face you if something went wrong.
That's a good point.
So it was really important to me that consumers really understand what the process is, how the rules work, and how interest rates work because, you know, the problem is I've been in the mortgage industry for so long that if I tell you you should do this because of the interest rate, if you don't know the difference, then that may be why you do it, but that may not be the reason or the best situation for you. And I'll give you a perfect example. So a banker friend of mine called me up and he said, hey, my daughter is buying a house and she's paying plenty of money down and they have PMI on it. And I was like, okay, well, send it to me. Well, what I realized is that she had great credit and they put her in an FHA because they could sell her on the interest rate rather than paying attention to what her long-term goals were, which were to pay the house off early, and she didn't even need to pay PMI, and the interest rate was not going to be that much different. So, you know, those are the types of things that are important to me for consumers to understand on how you get sucked into things. So that's where the whole social media journey started.
So wait a minute, I got to say something right here.
Yeah.
So you really are operating from the heart.
Yes.
And it's a heart message
It
about
is.
And you're doing it through the medium of loans for homes.
Yes.
And education, because people perish for lack of knowledge.
Right, that's right.
So what you're doing is giving them knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, so yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. I just thought.
And so, you know, I got there because I just had a lot of loss in my life over a short period of time. And I just, you know, you get to a point in your life where you just realize you need to do something different. So my different was I went out on a limb, went to something all by myself. I mean, I was the person that had never flown anywhere by myself, never driven anywhere by myself, unless it was just like an hour away or something. And I just took a leap of faith and I flew to Arizona first and went to somebody that I met online there, his mortgage thing that he was doing, and I made really good friends with him. And then, you know, I had met this other guy online, Steve Sims, and he's passed away now, but he was extraordinary, truly extraordinary in helping people understand where their gift was. And he's the one that told me to start teaching on TikTok. And so that's how I got started in social media. When the bank that I worked for sold and I went to work somewhere else, you know, a lot of other things changed for me again. And you know, one day I just decided that I would open a box of jewelry, and I did, and I got so much engagement reaction from it. And the crazier sometimes I dressed, the more comments I got. And it was weird because it's never from the local people. It's always from the community that you end up building online, which is
Right.
so different that, you know, you have all these women across the country that support you. I mean, I had somebody reach out to me one day and was like, hey, I finally found what you had in London. And I was like, but you don't have to get it shipped from London. And she's like, no, I'm in London.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh.
That's
and
cool.
you know, it's funny that this community grows and everybody kind of resonated with the jewelry and stuff. And I really got to thinking about it. And this is what I kind of came to the conclusion of. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
But I tell you, I've had Botox for years. I started having Botox when I was 42 years old. And primarily because I was newly single. And I needed to feel good about myself. So I went and had some Botox. And it changed my perception. It was really so significant because I talked with my face and I had all these really, really deep lines up here. And it changed it so significantly that it changed kind of my perception when I looked in the mirror. And I ended up having a long discussion with the Botox doctor. And he was not actually a plastic surgeon or dermatologist or anything like that. He was actually a cancer specialist.
Oh, wow.
And he started doing that and went and got certified because people with terminal illnesses suffer from depression, and it was a way that he could help them because the reflection that you see in the mirror will make you feel better even if you really don't. And part of that is mind.
Right. That's
Right?
great. I love that. I mean, how many women struggle with the things you're talking
Yes.
about, and really, especially when you
I mean,
go
you don't
through
even have
so
to be
many.
sick. Just, you know, we all have
know.
things, you know, stresses and anxiety and things like that, and we need to feel better, you know. And so I did that for a long time, and then I still have Botox. But one of the things that I realized is that when I started dressing more for myself, it resonated even more. And I realized it was because when I put on all the jewelry and look in the mirror, I don't see that one eye is a little smaller than the other or my smile is crooked. It makes me smile. And that's why I think that I'm so drawn to you and to your boutique and to your clothing, because it helps me express something that I'm able to smile about when I look at myself in the mirror. And we all have those problems where we don't.
We just talked about that at lunch, and I think the one thing we were talking about too is baby steps. That was your
Yes.
baby step, that
It was.
Botox. And I had that happen to me this past time at market with a lady that designs these bracelets. And she was more like a very tailored person, but inside there, she's designing all these gorgeous, out there, outrageous.
Right.
She's literally dressed in Lainey Wilson right now with
Wow.
belts and
Yeah.
leatherware. And the time before when I'd gone in there and met her, she like was, and I'm not saying this as a typo or whatever, but she was dressed like Ann Taylor, kind of very tailored.
Yeah.
And I said, and the girls that took me up there was Kelly with Jada Gypsy.
Yeah.
And I was like, seriously? I said, girl, go down there and get you something at Jada Gypsy. So this time when I went in there, she goes, you told me baby steps. I got me some overalls. And I said, you go, girl. But it is. And I think when that happens and then people comment, you look pretty. I love your jewelry. Oh my gosh, I love your shirt. I love this. That it just raises your spirit a little bit higher, and a
It
little bit
does.
higher,
It
and a little bit
does.
higher. And that's
does.
why we do what we do.
It is. It is.
And I love
it's because
that.
you want other people to feel as good about themselves. You know, because as women, we're all got so much on us with family and, you know, job and anxiety and all those things. And, you know, you got to find something that brings you joy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And plus, it just builds your character, you know. And then with me, it was like more, I know we're interviewing you, but tell me if this is you too. It was more about, I began to have more confidence. And then I started doing all the inner work, the inner healing, and the inner things to pull out, the rejection as a child, and the
Yes,
the fear, and the, and it's all like layers upon layers.
It is.
But it gave me the confidence.
It gives you the freedom.
Yes.
It's a freedom.
Yes. And I think
to let go of all those things that feel like they still are holding you down.
Right. And so, like we were talking a while ago, if you don't operate, and then that's when you start to plunge, like God will plunge you into your gift. And it will be like, it's time, just like the eagle, like, baby, go off that cliff. We're going to fly now.
That's how I felt when you reached out to me.
Really?
Yes. Because it was only a handful of people, really, that I had ever talked about, I mean, I work with a lot of great people, but I work with a very small number that I'm friends with, and that we both have value that we help each other with.
That's very important.
It is.
Well, I think we're in a time now that God is raising up people that can network, come together, hold hands, and raise the energy, the frequency of the collective of everybody.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing.
I agree 100%.
But we're not doing it thinking, look at me, I'm all that in a bag of chips. We're doing it out of humility and out of just love.
Yes, exactly.
I'm
doing it because it makes me feel good, and if it makes me feel good, there may be somebody else out there that needs that little push to be yourself to make you feel good.
Absolutely. And two, don't you think the more the work you do, like you protrude energy, like your auric field is very large. And to me, that
does not surprise me.
Yeah. No, but seriously, you know what that is, though?
No.
That is like your frequency from the inside, from the heart, protruding out. It's not what we've always been taught, that the auric is all this from the outside. It's from in here. It's the inner work coming out. It's your love and your gifts protruding out, and that's protruding as your frequency, which is your energy. So that's why when you walk in a room, you change the atmosphere. I know. You don't even have to tell me. I know this. We hadn't even talked about this. This is like very. This is very candid, but that's what that is, because your heart is right and your heart is vibrating. That's the strongest frequency there is the heart.
I think sometimes, though, it's hard to, you always think about, whatever I put out in the world, I'm supposed to get back, and I'm supposed to get back, and then you feel like you don't get anything back, and you don't get anything back. And I think one of the things is letting go of that and knowing that it comes in its time.
True. And two, I think resistance. The harder you pushing, we were raised.
That's
grind,
right. Yes.
grind, push.
Keep going. The harder you work,
get on that treadmill, run 20 miles a day.
I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that.
But how many people do that, and all you do is you cause more stress.
That's right.
You got to just let go and let God, and just give it away. That's my mantra. Just for today, I give it away.
Yeah.
Just for today, I give it away. I may have to do it 10,999 times just for today. But I think that's how we do impact and make a difference.
I agree.
I bet when you walk into that bank every day, they're looking at you like...
the girls love to see what I have on.
I bet.
Because I make a circle around the way and come out at the front just so that I'll say, here you go.
When you were a child, were you confident?
No, I was horrible.
Really?
I was... I don't really remember a whole lot as a small child, but, as a early teenager, that kind of stuff, no, I was not at all. I was very introverted.
Really?
I was not in the popular crowd. I'll tell you, I went to one of the smallest little private high schools in the world, and Jackson is not in the world, but you know what I'm saying.
Jackson, Mississippi?
Yeah. And I think there was maybe 40 people in my
that's
graduating
about
class.
That's about mine. Was probably 36. You probably beat me by 2 or 3.
Several of them along the way went to drug rehab. One attempted suicide. There was so much pressure on us at that age in that particular. You know what? I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, it's okay.
We can cut all that out. Okay.
That's good.
All right. So, just primarily because I feel like then I'm talking about a small group of people that I know, then I wouldn't want them to know I was talking about them.
Well, I think too, you don't want to resurface negativity.
No, I don't. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
So this is,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's
it
good
was a
point.
very, very small high school, and we had a lot of stress, and so everybody knew each other, but I was never one of the popular kids. I never, the other thing is that all the things that everybody else wore didn't fit me. So I always felt like I was outside there too.
Did you?
Yeah. And
Oh,
so
I
it's
was
kind of like it comes
always-
full circle, right?
I don't know. I was always your Barbie girl, and I would con every aunt, every meemaw, granny to make me Barbie doll clothes. I had the biggest collection. I had a suitcase bigger than that suitcase back there, and they all wanted my Barbie
Oh, wow.
clothes because Barbie was rocking it. She was wild. I mean, yeah, but I remember playing basketball, and I was the first white woman that got a fro. And I went to this fancy hairdresser. I couldn't wait to go. And I come out that night in my fro. I had them white knee boots on.
Yes,
and the purple crushed velvet hot pants.
Yes.
Come on, sister. And that fro, and it was like, what did you do?
You did something to make you happy.
I was just always a little odd.
That's fair.
But I didn't have confidence. It was funny, but
I was
yeah.
I was odd in my own way. It was a different way.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
so funny. I love it.
But yeah.
So now you're out on TikTok all the time. You're on
Well,
Instagram.
I'm on Instagram mostly, primarily I think because TikTok. I'm having a trouble getting back into it, primarily because it was such a huge outlet for me that when they shut it down the first time,
Oh yeah,
it really depressed me. I really got upset.
really.
And then when they reopened it again, I tried to get back on it, and then they kept saying it was going to shut down again or whatever. And
You guys will have to check her out. You'll have to tell them your.
oh yeah,
how to
I'm
find
just
you.
MS Mason on TikTok, which is the MortgageOG, and on Instagram I'm Michelle S Mason, Mortgage Advisor, and that's because that's Mortgage Mayhem and whatever else is coming up.
And we can put the
never
we
know,
can
yeah.
put the link in the comments for them too. So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
when you do all your reels and you promote,
Mm-hmm.
you promote Felecia Bella, which is a blessing, and I'm just so excited. What blessed me was when you told me one day, you don't even know this, I'm gonna say it live on here. You told me, you said, I don't trust a lot of people, but for some reason I trust you.
I know.
And
I
that
don't-
made me
I
feel
really
so
don't trust
good.
people. Yeah, I
That
don't.
made me feel so good because that just shows you, I guess, the authenticity
I
and
know.
the truth, you know?
I know.
But that blessed me, so thank you for
Well,
saying
I'm
that.
very, very grateful to have found you
Oh, well, I feel the same
because
way.
I feel like that your spirit is in line with mine.
Yes.
You
I
know,
feel like we're
you
going to
just
do
want
some
other
some
people
things
to be
together.
happy and be, be
Right.
themselves and
Right.
find their joy, right?
Absolutely. And I think we're going to do some things together.
I think so too.
We don't know what yet,
I know,
but
we
y'all better
don't.
get ready.
Get ready.
But, okay, so when you are doing your reels, most all of them, are they live or some of them live? And you do, because we
Yeah,
do
it's
them, we film ours a lot of times.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't film them live. I just film them on my camera and then just split them up and post them in
She's
stories.
so cute. She'll be opening boxes. She'll put on
I love to
jewelry.
I love to do Mail Day in the SIP, which is short for Mississippi. And basically, I come home in the afternoons from my regular job and I get to play and I get to have fun. And I put on my pajamas half the time, and I have to tell you, you got to have some imagination when I try something on because, it ain't going to look real good in pajamas. But, it's just, I have a lot of fun doing that, and I think that resonates with a lot of people because, we're not always looking perfect. We're not, it's not a perfect world.
Oh, absolutely. Have you ever thought about doing where you go live and they can comment to
I
you?
have, yeah, and I've done that a
Yeah.
few times, It's just finding time to really sit down and do
Lord,
that.
I know, trust me. 4
Yeah.
hours twice a week.
I know, that's crazy.
It is. It's
Yeah.
a lot, but I love it. Just like Sherry was saying earlier, and
Right.
you're saying too, when you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life.
That's right. The interaction is kind of what feeds you because you feel like that you are providing something of value to somebody.
True, and you are. You really
just
are.
like you are on your lives. You're providing something, like you put things together that I would never consider to put together, and I'm sure I do things that you would never
Right,
consider to do.
right.
But that's what's so cool about the both of us together
Mm-hmm.
is that we both will just do whatever makes us feel good.
Right, right. And two, I think just playing, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sometimes something doesn't work and you just take it off and try something
what
else.
was it I said the other day? Adult Build-A-Bear.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, that's what it is. That's
I
a
like
good
that
one.
idea.
Yes.
We got to have a playtime too, right?
Yeah.
Because we are too serious. What are we cooking for dinner? We got to get to the grocery store. All
Yeah.
those things, the to-do list, you know.
I'm very grateful that I don't have
Oh.
to do most of the cooking.
Oh, wow.
Scott
We
does
do.
it.
We have to food
Because he
prep.
likes it, so.
We have to food prep. So that's the only way
I
we're
bet. There's no way y'all can do it all y'all do
No, we have
and go
to,
home and cook.
No, we have to food prep for sure.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's 9 or 10 o'clock at night before we get out of here. So where is Michelle Mason going next?
I have no idea. Wherever this whole, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just right now enjoying providing value to people. And, you know, if, I guess it will go wherever it leads me.
That's true. I see you speaking at women's groups and things
Oh,
like
I
that.
would love to
too.
do stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I could
Yeah.
totally see
I'm
you
probably
doing
going to do that in the next couple months. Somebody asked me.
that. You know what? I may have somebody to ask you too that I'm thinking
Okay.
about. One of
Yeah.
my good friends is doing one in Nashville. Maybe she
Oh,
needs to
okay,
have you.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of
That
cool.
would be fun.
Lord, that could be amazing. She would have a good panel then, for sure. So, anything else you want to add to the story? I'm so thankful you drove. She
I don't
drove
think
4
so.
hours today.
Well, it was supposed to be 3, but I got rerouted through frog something.
Jeez Louise. I'm like, how did you end up at Frog?
I don't know.
It's this town called Frog Jump, y'all. We do live in the boonies. It's outside of your. How did you do that? I don't even know. That's scary.
Well, I stopped to go to the restroom. And when I did, I got back in the car and I thought, well, it's not going to have me get back on the highway. It's sending me this way. I was like, well, this must be quicker. It just rerouted me totally.
That's funny.
I don't know where I
love
was.
how God puts me with all these beautiful women that are squirrels, just like Fifi.
Yes. Total squirrel. Yeah, total. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Well, girl, thank you so much. Is
You're
there
welcome.
anything else you want to tell the ladies before?
You guys just have fun. Y'all need to go look at everything on this site because I have been through this back room and I'm telling y'all there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even know was there that I'm going to be shopping. So y'all need to take your time and go through that site, all of it.
Well, thank you for sharing that. But I thought maybe you wanted to share something about yourself.
No.
Well, let Michelle.
If you need something, just reach out. You can find me.
Absolutely. And we'll put the link in the comments, guys, so you guys can reach out to her. And I'm sure this won't be her last
Oh no, I'll be back.
podcast. We're
I'll
going
be
to
back.
probably try to do several because we're supposed to be able to do them remotely at some point in the near future.
Oh, I'm coming back. I got to shop some more.
Fall's coming too.
I
Can
know.
you believe it? Can you believe it's already the
I
middle
know,
of
it's
July?
crazy. It's crazy.
Time is flying like crazy.
I know.
It's
It is,
unbelievable.
it is.
Well, girls, we love you so much, and I thank y'all so much for joining. Let
Thank
us
you
know,
for having me.
share, tag someone, let your friends know, because we got big, big, big things coming in the future, okay? Love y'all. Have a great night.